All right. Good morning, everyone. I know the time that you guys are watching this, it is actually most likely the afternoon. However, I'm making it in the morning. So, good morning. So, today I figured what we could talk about is nothing really super new, but what if I go through solving one of these rational equations that we've been solving for the past couple days and I end up with no solution? Because that is a possibility. It's also a possibility that we end up with infinitely many solutions. But no solution, I think, is a little bit trickier case. The infinitely many we'll talk about later on during the week, right? So if you remember from last week, right, my steps are going to be the same, right? So my step one, if we remember, is going to be factor and state your excluded values. So if I look at the example that we have here, right, the factoring part's pretty easy. Right, x plus 1, x minus 1. The second term here, x plus 1, I can't do anything with, right? That's stuck. Now, if you look on the right side of the equal sign, right, you may not think there's a whole lot you can do there. However, there is a GCF of 2. And so I think that's important because now you notice, right, the x minus 1 is now a shared factor. I don't need to multiply by something different. Makes my life a little bit easier. So my excluded values, I know x can't be 1 or negative 1. Remember, those come straight out of what makes a denominator 0, right? So now my step 2, let's see, we'll do this maybe in pink here, right? Step 2 is going to be to multiply, right? So for my step 2, let me recopy this. So we have some more room here, right? Now remember, you're going to multiply by all of the unique factors in your denominators. So one unique factor is the 2. One unique factor is the x plus 1. One unique factor is the x minus 1. Right, so when I distribute that, here, the x plus 1 and the x minus 1 cancel out. The 2 stays, so I end up with just 2x. Plus, now remember, when I get to the second term, the x plus 1s will cancel, but I'm left with the 2 and the x minus 1. I already have a factor of 2 in the numerator, so I end up with a 4 times x minus 1. Now, the 2 cancels out, and the x minus 1 cancels out, so I'm left with just an x plus 1. Right? And so now my step 3 of simplify and solve, right? When I do this part, this is going to be pretty easy. The left side of my equal sign is 6x. Hello, please write. Right, 6x minus 4. When I distribute this 4 equals x plus 1. If I move some stuff around now, subtract the x over, add the 4, I get 5x equals 5. Divide. I get x equals 1, right? No problem. All the math, it's right. It's perfect. I'm a genius. I'm amazing. But if you look back here, x can't be equal to 1, right? So that's an extraneous solution. None of my possible solutions work. So that's why I end up with no solution. So no solution, all it means is you're going to get all the way through, all your work looks the same. I'm still going to factor, I'm still going to multiply, I'm still going to simplify and solve as my step 3. The only difference is, right, when you get to the very, very end, whatever your possible solutions are, none of them end up working out. They end up making your denominator 0. So if that happens and you get to a point where you only have one solution, or maybe you have 2, but they're both a problem from your first step, all that means is you have no solution. So I hope that was helpful. Right? If you have any questions, please let me know. You guys are going to do some more practice with this today. So, all right. Talk to you later, guys.